going live. And we're going to try and get the stream. See if we can get that stream. Hold on. Gonna try this again. Why does it always take like 2 tries? Use YouTube Live. Tea. That doesn't look like the right address that they gave me before. Let's do a copy. There it is. There it is. There it is. Cool, cool, cool. Patrons only, public. Now let's go publish now. Publish now. This is the part that makes me crazy. Okay. Tea needs the title up there. Take 2. Publish now. Now people should be able to watch this. Hopefully, if there's anybody in there, you'll be able to find your way into here. So I'm going to just do some chit-chatting, see if anybody shows up. I apologize it wasn't scheduled. I will try to let people know. Usually within a day or 2 of doing a video, you can count on me uploading here. But I should go with some specific times so it's a little more structured for people who want to catch the lives and want to chit-chat live. I apologize for that. I'm thinking Sundays. Let me know for you what would be a good day. What I know some of you are across the pond, and I'm usually up pretty late here, but I'm kind of all over the place. Sometimes I'm a morning person, sometimes I'm not. As a lot of you know, I go to see sick friends. So right now, my skin is on the verge of getting real dry again, and I'm using the Abnormal Beauty Company, The Ordinary, even though their beauty company is abnormal. This is a silicone primer, and I find that silicone primers are wonderful. They moisturize, but they just seem to do a really good job holding in and creating sort of a barrier that keeps moisture in. And also, they just are very workable. I need a manicure so bad, pardon me. Very workable for makeup, but I really enjoy this part of the process because it just feels so good on my face. I did clean my face beforehand. That's good. Not good to apply this with my fingers, but this is what it is. I actually have sponges in front of me. We're doing this for now. And I get it everywhere. Get it on. Oh my gosh, people are here. Yay, the art of worthiness. Hi. Different names across different platforms. Florence. Oh, hi, Florence. Love you so much. So glad you're here. That means that it worked. For once, my live stream actually pasted the right way and you were able to get in. I'm not done playing with my Mitchell and Me palette, so you came just in time. Pull up a seat. Your favorite beverage. And I'm going to play with this palette again because I love it so much I couldn't stop swatching it. And look and see how I got the mirror all messy, which is definitely bothering me, but I'm sort of embracing the messiness that comes along lately with having the setup that I have. I have definitely been toying with the idea of building my own shelving unit in this room. I actually love carpentry. I'm an amateur, but I got some good skills and I've got some tools in the garage and I think I can learn. My husband's best friend is amazing with woodworking, and I'm trying to see if I can have him help me design something. I actually have a bookshelf in this room. You're on a no-buy. Understood. That's me most of the time. Most of the time I'm on a no-buy, but I'm going to Houston, and I needed some looks to play with. I need to up my game. And I just wanted this. You know, it's not usual for me to really want something like that, to the point where I'm like, maybe I'll sell stuff and get something, you know, like I just really wanted it. And my husband's like, go ahead, you know, it's a kind of my anniversary present to me, I guess, because today is my 24-year anniversary. Also, you know what? I really good. I bet you other vloggers do this too. I'm like, well, you know, my viewers want to see beauty reviews, honey. I got to give the people what they want. So when I got this Slay All Day setting sprays, let me get my PR, my probably one and only PR ever. I got this Slay All Day setting spray, which I don't know how I lived without, frankly. I'm not just saying that to blow sunshine up Gerard's arse. But they had suggested you could use it for brushes, and I do. I have some of my all the time used brushes in here because I'm, this vanity where I do my makeup a lot of the time. Sometimes I do it downstairs on the dining room table. I bring my little one of my makeup bags. I'll do it down there because there's a mirror and the lighting's decent. But I do a lot of stuff online, so I'm finding that this desk is getting filled with stuff. I do have my makeup organized, but it's starting to get away from me, and it's too much. It's too much for me. So this is from Lindsay. I just love this. And yesterday I said Lindsay gave me this mascara, but that's because I'm ready for Shady Pines. I was thinking Jody Lewis gave me this. She sent me a box of makeup, and I said Lindsay, and I knew that the one was Lindsay, and the one, and you saw Lindsay's box. I had to go through that in like 50 minutes, but I'm a little worried about how much I'm forgetting lately. It's getting bad. We won't panic just yet, but it's not good. I had my cleaning shirt back on because I was cleaning. So I put my Ordinary on, and now I'm going to put on some Tarte foundation, also from Lindsay. And this one is like a smidgy darker than my skin, but I like that. I really have to use Kabuki white, and I start looking really washed out. So there's nothing wrong with using a shade a little bit darker. And then you can always go over it with the lighter stuff if you want to. You can blend it later. I don't really contour. If I had to only put foundation on one part of my face before leaving the house, I try to do the brows. My eyelids, rather. Try to do my eyelids because that just really opens the eye. I'm going to use my brushes to blend this, but first I'm kind of moving it in with my fingers. It's a little bit much get a little on the Cupid's bow, even though I always go lighter on the Cupid's bow. Which, by the way, I have kind of a distinctive thing that runs in my family with the Cupid's bow. It's very recognizable. And the second they put my baby in my arms, I noticed this was familiar. I was like, oh, I know where that came from. I've seen that. He also had a little teeny tiny miniature version of my husband's nose. And I have to tell you real quick as an aside, negotiated. He was pregnant. Okay, you can have your nose. I really wanted to have your nose. He's going to have dark hair. I want him to have the big ears that run in my family for generations that I think are so cute. He's going to have brown eyes. And he's got I pictured that kid. So did I envision that, or was I already familiar with him in some way? Because when I was in my third month, I dreamed of my son. And it was a very vivid dream. And I said to my husband, it's a boy. I woke him up like 3 a.m. and said, it's a boy. And I knew it. It's weird. But I said, you know what? I'm probably wrong because I was at my mother's house and he oh yeah, slightly darker on the perimeter of the face is good. Yeah, I think so too. Kind of putting a little face light on your face. I mean, depending on what you want to accentuate, you know what I mean? If you wanted your face to look wider, I guess you wouldn't do that, but I find that works. And I like that around, this side. So you create your own little face light. So yeah, I dreamed of him and I said, but it probably didn't happen because I was in my bedroom that I grew up in. And sure enough, I went to visit my mother when he was a few months old, and I didn't see my mother a lot growing up and stuff. Once I left home, I didn't really see my mother very much. She had no use for me. If I had been like, how sometimes when gorillas at the zoo have babies, they watch them to see if they take to mothering. With my mother, they would have been like, yeah, no, let's take the baby away. She doesn't want it. In fairness, I was the 10th, so she had an heir and a spare and a spare. I'm not trying to sound like a little match girl, but, it is what it is. So, yeah, so I've got that stuff on. And then I'm going to use my e.l.f., which is a little lighter. I like to use the lighter stuff, particularly under my eyes, above my cheekbones, a little bit up here. The same places I highlight, really, is where I put the lighter stuff. So, and that's just where I like it to stand out a little bit. There's nothing wrong with going over the brows because it's kind of a primer for them, because I am going to color them in as you do. And I kind of just like to, once in a while, if the brush gets a little wet, I could switch out the brush, but this one will work just fine for my needs. Get the excess off when I need to. Oh yeah, it was really weird. I was at my mother's house and that exact dream that I had happened. I also had a dream when I was pregnant that I was at a party with celebrities, and Pat and I laughed at that. And I didn't think of it again till years and years later. was like, I was in a fancy bathroom in a hotel. A fancy hotel with a pool that had things floating on it. There were flowers everywhere, and I went into this amazing bathroom with gold fixtures, and I was talking to a celebrity. That's so stupid. That happened. That was the Hollywoodland premiere after party. It was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. The pool with the floating flowers was there, and then the bathroom was there. That was just really weird. I've had a lot of really weird experiences like that throughout my life. So much so that I usually don't mention them because people think I'm weird or something. I come from a family of skeptics, and I tend to be a skeptic. Well, now that I did my makeup, even though I'm going to do my eyes, I think I want to be inspired by my lipstick. And so I'm going to put on the Boss Lady that I love so much. This is the new Boss Lady from Gerard Cosmetics. If you go, sorry, I'm not trying to be gross. I shouldn't talk while I do this because it's dark and I could get it wrong. If you go to Jen's YouTube channel, she will tell you she's got the Rescue. Is it Rescue 19? I don't know. She's got the code in her description boxes because that channel is for charity. And her website will always give you like 30% off for charity using that code. It's pretty cool. One of the things I wanted to mention in the spirit of doing an after show about my James Charles video is that a lot of people brought up dupes, how they're common. And I actually meant to say, I was thinking about talking about it, but I thought everybody knew. Sometimes I have oversights. Deja Vu and a few other things happen before. Yeah, that I've heard too. And I have aunts on my father's side who always had experiences. And they said I was born with the veil over my face. And if you're born with the veil over your face, meaning the membrane doesn't break when you're born, that somehow you're more psychic. That's like an old adage. I wonder if it's true. I've had experiences I can't explain. And if you try to tell people, my whole life I just felt weird trying to tell people. For example, if there's a crime on TV, sometimes there should be absolutely no reason I know what happened, but I do. I can feel it. I can feel the victim, and I can feel the person who made them a victim. I can kind of feel those things. It's weird. I wish I could use that to find out who hurt my friend. I had a friend who was murdered, and I sometimes think about that. In some places you just don't want to visit. I just don't think it's a useful skill when it comes and goes. And also, I'd be afraid of being wrong. You were born by C-section? I was the 10th and we were all natural. Is that crazy? Ugh, I had one baby. I can't imagine. My mother was in labor with me 30 hours. She was in labor with my brother a year, my Irish twin, a year before me. She was in labor with him 35 hours, and he was breech. I was wrapped. And then I was, okay, I'm using this elf to go with this Boss Lady, and I love it because it's really lightening it. It's a nude, and it's a dramatic look. It's not something like I would wear in the day to the Kroger. We had storms here a little bit ago, so I wish there was more natural light. But it was really bad. Oh, so I was saying about the dupes. Everybody, ombre. Yeah, I guess ombre. Gradient. I don't want it to be too stark a contrast. I don't love ombre hair. Depends, case by case basis, I guess. It was a thing for a while. Quite a trend. Ooh, got little fuzzlets. Okay. So yeah, he had these dupes, and there have been dupes a while. There have been companies that have had, that around a while. There are companies that have been around since, before James Charles was even a romantic evening. And so it's kind of weird that now he took issue with that, but he's a weird person. He I think it even went to his head that he felt like he got so many kudos after the Jeffree Star thing and the Toddy thing. He just felt like he came out on top. I think most people still don't like him, even though they like those two. A lot of people don't like him. Young people like him, which is a scary thought. I'm going to use some of this e.l.f. highlighter and contour. I like to put the darker shadow. Sometimes before I put any kind of blush on, I'll put this on. Ooh, not control that well, but that's okay. That's what extra blending and baking is for. Oops. Today I ate really healthy. I didn't step on the scale today. I just kind of just had a healthy day. I didn't feel a need to do that. Usually I do in the morning. It's a habit. But today I was more about, checking my sugar, just making sure I eat healthy, do everything right. It'll be a nice surprise. And then back to exercising, which I'm getting to that place where I really like exercising. I'm not going to be doing burpees anytime soon. I don't need to injure myself, but I do like exercising, and I'm at the point now where I don't like not exercising. I don't like the way I feel. I can tell if I miss a day. I don't like the way I feel. So I do my Pilates in the morning. Oh, I'm burning one of my Teresa Roma candles, and it smells so good. Yeah, so I'll do like yoga in the morning, stretches, but then I do cardio and weights at night, and it's really making me feel good. So now I get on to this mascara. And I actually was like wanting to do different looks. If you know me, you know that I've always said in the past that yellow eyeshadow should be thrown in a volcano, nay, an active volcano. But I think I may actually venture into that area with this just to play with it. But I've been trying to get to this meaty and these reds, and they just look so good to me. And so many of these look like they would look great together. I'm going to use that on my brow. I haven't really put up a hunt for my brow bar, which is really weird because I don't have a lot of places for these things. If I find it in the freezer, oh boy, I'm going to Shady Pines for sure. It's time. It's time to pack it in. But I haven't used that one. I was going to do my brushes this morning, but I didn't. See, I think it was, your makeup teacher was the same, really? It's not just me? I knew it couldn't be me. I just think, I've seen it and I'm like, nobody looks good in yellow, especially the canary yellows. I'm like, ooh, that sure is a look. I mean, I can appreciate a good blend on almost any color too, but I always think, wow, that would look good in a color that was attractive on people. That kind of blending, it's almost a waste to waste it on yellow. This is kind of this brush is very precise, so it might be too precise for what I'm doing. You might want something that blends out a little more, but we can work with this. A few extra strokes, turn it on its side. I'm due to pluck my brows again, I could tell. But I like to make that white under there. And I like to bring it a little bit closer than they are, just to kind of, oops, streamline my nose a little more. I didn't mean to do that. There's your boo-boo. That's all right. That's okay. It's all casual. It's all fun and games. Always reminds her of jaundice. Yes, me too. It looks like you're in renal failure or you have a bruise that hasn't quite gone away. I just don't think it flatters. And what color can you wear with it? I guess black, but then you're going to look like you represent the Bumblebee League. It's like, nice outfit. I could go for some tuna. Bumblebee. Thanks for reminding me. But I am going to play with it just to see, just to have fun. That's one of the great things about all the color choices you get in palettes, because they'll include colors you wouldn't buy yourself, and you get to play with them and see what you like. And before I even put any eyeshadow on, I love to use this. It's called Spotlight. I don't know who makes it. I mentioned it in my last video, but oops. I just like to put it on my brow, and it's almost like an additional primer. I'm going to use this brush. And I feel like it will show the colors better in this lighting too if I have something more. Oh, wow. I actually have creasing on the Tartar foundation over here. Some of it's due to dryness. I need emergency Botox. I told Nick Snyder he should have a Botox party. I want to go to a Botox party where we all stick our faces. Yellow mixed with purples, greens, brown, and red. Yes, yes. It looks like the opposing team in high school, the football team colors, when they're kind of gross, like purples and yellows. So it's like, ew. Not a fan. It's like those colors are clownish. It's not good. I wonder what's on my eye. Got a little bit of a breakout yesterday. This is really, I don't know why, but for some reason my foundation today is creasing, and I don't know who's to blame. e.l.f. doesn't usually do this to me on its own. It's a combination of the two. I think my skin, I really need to exfoliate it tonight and put a mask on. And that will alleviate some of this because the skin is just so dry. And now, right now, my eyes look extra white, but that will go away, my lids, when I put on the colors, and hopefully that will let them blend better too. It looks really white on camera. It doesn't look that white in person. So put some of these down. Let's see. I'm gonna do the Mafia again. The Mafia for around the eye, the eyeshadow eyeliners. You had a teacher. Did you have a makeup teacher? It just occurred to me now when you said teacher. I wondered if you were in cosmetic school. I know some people don't like to be told that you can go to school for that. There's a woman who worked on a TV show one time, and I asked her if she studied it, and she's like, "You can't study makeup." She was like really offended. I said, "Well, you can study anything that interests you." Zing! Take that. I got an answer for everything. I'm gonna have to get up earlier than that to come for a youngest of 10. It was just kind of a mean response. I was making, conversation and being nice. Did you ever smile at someone and get a kick in the teeth for it? I tell you, no respect. Okay, so the white that I put on my eyelid before I'm brushing on and really brushing out, although I'm creating quite a dramatic corner here that I might have to fix up, it's really helping me get a blend with the white. As I brush this out and blend it out, it creates that smoky eye better than other methods I've used. I'm going to color a little bit down under here. I probably should clean off my fingers because I use them a lot when I do eye makeup. I use them as part of the palette. They're a tool. I'm not saying I'm a tool. I'm going to use my fingers as tool. And I love the control of these brushes. I find I really like stiff brushes. Very often I use these. I know for blending on under the brow bone, sometimes those other ones will really do. But I think it's the same with your brushes as it is with your makeup. You just got to play with it and see what works for you, see what you like, and don't always stick to the same thing because you might find a technique that you didn't know you could use with a different brush. So yeah, you graduated in the summer. Oh, congratulations. Are you an esthetician? I'm an Aquarius. No, I'm just kidding. That's really cool. So you're doing what you love? So I'm putting on my makeup in front of a professional, a doctor of cosmetology. Just to make there's an MUA in the room, not just a makeup artist. You're a Florence MUA. That's amazing. Well, feel free to correct me if you see me making a makeup faux pas. Let's see. Faux pas, doesn't that sound like a good name for an eyeshadow color? My new palette, Faux Pas, is coming out in the fall. Some people are saying I've made a big mistake. How appropriate. Faux pas, my best mistake yet. Yeah, see, I'm enjoying that. Oh man, my lipstick looks like Lily Munster. Look. They want my autograph, Max. The next color pop palette. Faux pas. Oh, got lipstick on my teeth now. It happens. Whatever. Lipstick in my Bondo. Put Bondo in between my teeth. Cover the gap. Somebody was like, you should love the gap. It's you. It's unique. No, it isn't. No, it's so. My husband made fun of me for getting so angry when anybody suggests that I should embrace or like the gap in my tooth. Let me tell you something. I've only had that gap a few years, so I do not accept it. I paid a lot of money. I shit you not, almost $20,000 to have a gap in my tooth. If I think about it, I'm going to go mental. Thank you. And so, yeah, no, I don't embrace it. Don't accept it. I don't embrace it. It's not cute. It doesn't make me unique. Okay, it does not. Some things you just don't want to be unique about. I didn't mean to be a bitch about it, but it just it's soul crushing. And you thought you were going to have perfect teeth. Okay, we're going with meaty. I did a really crap job yesterday. Like, I lost a lot of the video footage that I was doing on my tutorial, and I felt so bad. Like, I'm going to get a ring light. I was going to go, but it started storming out. I'm going to go pick up a ring light right away so I can do a look like this on my channel, and that does his palette justice, because it's a beautiful palette with beautiful colors, even on mature skin. And I just felt like it was unfair. Like, he put out a gorgeous palette. He doesn't want, people making it not look like in its best light. Well, I like that. Very clever. Suck your pinky and pull it out. It can help with excess lipstick. So this is the meaty glittery shade, and it's so beautiful that I almost just want to put it everywhere. So I'm going to be liberal with it on my bottom lid. And boy, I wish I could show it. Maybe I can get my other phone or get the light better in here. Get the light brighter. Yeah, it's fine. And I could take a picture with it too that I can post later. That will make it look better because it'll be in a better lighting. Like bathroom lighting. I'm going to have to set up my whole desk in my bathroom if I don't get a ring light. So Patrick, look what I got for our anniversary. So this other color, this is a really light, gorgeous color. It's not unlike marine. It's called muffin. But if you look at, I think the main differences in this marine and this muffin is that marine has bigger flecks of glitter in it. It's just a shade darker, more of an eggshell, but it has, looks dark. Oh, there's a like a blue iridescence to that one and a pink iridescence to this one too, if you turn it sideways. So the glitter is more fine in this. I also think this meaty would go good with Master Meaty. Like, there are colors here that are far apart from each other that I think would look great. And that's one of the things that excites me about this palette, all of the possibilities for different looks, different colors that you can combine, even if they're not near each other. So now I'm going to put on, I think, Mr. H, which is a lightish, almost a salmon color. Yeah, it's like a salmon. I'm going to put that above the glitter. Let's see what I think of that. How it blends. It goes on. Oh, wow. It almost goes on like a bright pink. Some stuff looks so different in the pan. So different. I can't even believe it. I'm going to put this in different places and not always put them on the same place. So as a makeup artist, do you do makeup for weddings, portraits, families, the whole bridesmaids and stuff? I met a lot of really nice makeup artists in Toronto and in LA when Zach was working. Just really nice, hardworking people who work under a lot of pressure. Okay, this color, I'm going to try something crazy. This is going to be Mini. Now, normally I'd go for just the darker, the lighter. I have a certain contrast you could probably predict the pattern of, and I would normally go for this in the corners, but I'm going to go with this one down here, which is called Mini instead of Muse. I'm going to put that in the corners. Just brighten it up and maybe under the lash. Man, I'm really digging into this thing in just a day. It's fun. It's oh, nice. That looks great on my face. No, I'm going to leave that. That's my new thing. That's my look. And as you know, once you smudge your makeup, it's easy peasy to fix that. Good thing it isn't an event, because it had to start almost all over on this side of the face. I've gotten better at reblending, doing patchwork. I've gotten better at that. I think there was a time in my life where one smudge out of place and the whole thing would have to get cleaned up and started over. But I've gotten better at touch-ups. It looks like my cheek is pink on camera, but in real life, it's just no longer showing all of that. I'm not even going to bother with any more of the ordinary. I feel like it's still there. If I'm being honest, I feel like it's still there. We're just going to smooth that over with a little e.l.f. and let that rebake. Spackle. Just put a little under there. If you get a little excess and you need to get rid of it, sometimes that's under my chin or my neck is kind of the garbage pail for excess stuff. As long as it's not colored. It's just excess stuff. But yeah, I can actually see this starting to lift a little on my face and it's separating on my nose. Yeah, and that's with the silicone primer. So I'm not going to blame the product so much as my skin. So let's try it. Let's try this again. Mini. Ooh, this Michelle color, I didn't even notice it till just now. There's a very shimmery pink at the bottom called Michelle. I don't know how I'm not really, sometimes I'm missing some of this. I thought it was a pink. This one down here is really shimmery, and I think those pinks would look gorgeous together. There's so many really vibrant colors. And there's greens in here I would use for St. Patty's Day. I wouldn't wait till or use the Jeffrey thing. This color is beautiful. I can't believe how different these colors look out of the pan. It's surprising the heck out of me because I really feel like I have a good eye for that. But like this one here called Macaroni, that looks putrid in the pan. And on camera, it looks better. In real life, it just looks like a putrid mustard. And then I go and I swatch it, and I can't believe the cool color you get. Like almost like a brownish, like a tawny kind of color. And it doesn't look like that. So they're kind of deceptive. And that's why it's fun to play with this palette and see the colors you get. Because if somebody put on a look with this palette, even owning it and playing with it for a while, I don't think I'd know right away what colors they were wearing. I might not even recognize the palette. Be like, who are you wearing? They'd be like, that's Mitchell. And that color I like so much that I'm going up under the other one with it because they complement each other. The darker one blends into the lighter one really well. And some of the glitter has come up from this color Meaty, and that's okay. It's kind of blending in with the top layer. I don't usually use that many different colors when I do my eyes. I'm older. I have like a limited look. And I definitely don't put red under my eyes usually or pink under my eyes because I feel like that would just make me look kind of drawn and tired, but I'm doing it on this one. No one's stopping me. I'm doing it. I just like it. I just like how dramatic that looks. Reminds me a little bit of Blood Sugar, which is a palette I also have that I really like. Really like the Blood Sugar palettes. Whenever Jeffree Star comes out with stuff, I'm like, oh, please don't say anything mean to anybody on Twitter so I can buy this. Sometimes he'll say something and I'm like, no, I'm not buying your stuff now. It's me. He has impulse control on Twitter, but he really has redeemed himself with the charity work that he does. And I'm just so glad. I know one of the reasons I'm drawn to him is not all just the makeup and the attitude that everybody likes. It's kind of cool, like to be friends with him because he seems like he has this loyalty thing and a nice side to him. I think I'm drawn to people who I've thought of this like in the last day or two. I'm drawn to people who have pain. Wayne Goss, different when it's on skin. It is. It is different when it's on skin. Wayne Goss swatches all over his face. That's so perfect. That still looks pink on my face, but it's just not. It's just a thing that I could go over with. It's just weird what the camera does too. Very weird. And it's really funny how much more it looks like I'm wearing makeup person. And right now on camera, I mean, I have not really blended this properly. I just have not. And I can see it. It looks like when I see people doing makeup, and you probably get this as somebody who is a makeup graduate, esthetician, MUA. When you see somebody who hasn't blended their makeup right, it probably drives you a little nuts. And I've seen people, I'm like, oh, I could make that look so better with just a touch or this or that, or, accentuate this and put some contour there. But this in person is blending well. Now the trick is to make sure that both eyes match and to blend it better, to blend it up that brow more. I would like to put on lashes, and I have to do the inside of my eye more. That's an important part to me. I like to have a lighter inner eye. Might as well pull all these brushes out because I'm going to wash them tonight. I like to have whiter on my eye. I feel like it flatters me. See how this one has a little bit lighter there? That flatters me. And that is mostly because of what I didn't put on there. I'm going to use the muffin for that. That one that I said was a little more refined and pink in its iridescence. I feel like I like that. I'm not going to always stick with the same thing because I think you can find stuff out better the more you play with it. I'm going to put that up on the brow too for fun. It's very good, fun night out look. But my eyes are so dramatic that I'm going to tone down my lips. I don't like to have both of them so dark. And I can't seem to get that one as white as the other, so I might have to go back to some white foundation. That seems to be working out. Yeah, that one fell into place nicely. If one has a good, I like to sometimes use the white foundation to blend the top a little more, because one thing I noticed about people who have that great airbrushed look, their young skin, sometimes really blends the color. So I'll just put the white up there again and blend it with my finger as a means of brushing it out more without losing the pigmentation that I've already put on that I could use. And in this case, I definitely think I could benefit from some eyeliner and lashes without question. I wish the lighting was better. This sucks. Yeah, it looks really, I wonder if I could put it up closer, see it in the light. Let's see my eye makeup up close. See it in this one. You can see a little bit better what it looks like in real life. Yeah, I'll take a picture of it in my bathroom. But I'm just definitely tone down the lips a bit, just because I haven't put on my mascara. Mascara. If I were going out, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but I want to definitely create more of a dramatic eye. I'd go more nude. I will go more nude with my lips. Usually, I don't think they're combating each other, but in this case, they kind of are. I do not like how on camera it looks like I just can't blend my eye right. There's like a half light too that makes it look half off. Half nuts. Let's see. Oh, George. You say, oh, Jorge. Yeah, cameras can be brutal. And I have a really good Canon D70. So I just have to go work on the lighting, because obviously I'm really into doing my makeup this week. And I think it would be better to do it on camera. Probably could even do it downstairs in the dang dining room. Put all my makeup around me. We're going to definitely do some putting on of lashes in Houston. I'm told that that's a thing that Faith wants to do, and everybody kind of wants to, Everybody wants to play with the makeup and put stuff on. So that's exciting. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be like a big slumber party. What part of the world are you in, Florence? You're in America. I'm going to take a photo on my phone once I think I'm done. Yeah. I'm going to use some of my, I do have lighter Jen stuff, but I think I'm going to go with the e.l.f. because it's a real nude. There is the one I smushed. It's a really cool nude for this look. Still have that ombre. South of London. You lucky. I love London. Love London. I want to go back there so much and have a meet and greet and put some blush on now that whoopsie, my whole face up. I stayed in the Charlotte. It was called the Charlotte, near Leicester Square. So my son did a movie and it premiered in London. We had the best time. I was talking about that on my channel once or twice, where I told people when I was in London, my son and I said, we really like, British people. And the couple of people we said that to were like, whatever for? Oh. We're like, I don't know. They were so nice to us, though. I mean, I had the best time. A lot of Americans go to London with this romantic view that they'll be, by the fireplace, with people in a pub. And that is exactly what it was like. It was awesome. It's everything I dreamed and more. My neighbor is actually, I can smell smoke. This is how old the house and the windows are. My neighbor somebody is smoking outside and I smell it. I have like the nose of a wolf. So many people in Ohio smoke. Not ironically either. They just fucking smoke. Ridiculous. And I don't mind, but then the smell comes in my room. It's like, smoke away from me. Go away. Okay, wait. I'm going to say that loud. Just fucking smoke coming up in my goddamn room. It's like, I'm not even in an apartment anymore. I have a house. The only time I had good neighbors was when I lived next to the cemetery. It definitely doesn't. It looks better on camera, but it looks really bad on camera compared to real life. I can't believe how bad it looks compared to real life. That's amazing, the difference. That is an amazing difference. But I'm going to do my setting spray like we were talking about and definitely take a picture in better lighting. Where'd my setting spray go? Setting spray. I definitely like my dreamsicle better than the chocolate. I like the other one too, though. It smells like a real York peppermint patty. Oh man, that spreads into my coffee. I'm having dreamsicle coffee. Oops, now I've got makeup on my hands. I'm all over me. Well, that is the other Mitchell look that I did. I definitely will take a picture and put it on Twitter. Ooh, my setting spray. It's so good once it closes off, isn't it? Like, it's so good that way. Thank you so much for joining me, Florence. Otherwise, I would have been all by myself. Oh, there's a weed problem? Wow. We do have that here. You'll smell it a lot, even in the stores. You're like, oh, God, you're going down the candy aisle, aren't you? So they decriminalized it here, but I'm not sure it made any difference. It would always stank. I voted to decriminalize it. I voted to legalize it. I have no problem with that. I just don't want to smell it. And I don't want to smell anybody's cigarette smoke either. So thank you so much. This was 44 minutes of fun. It was great talking to you. And I really appreciate it. And hi to all of you other patron saints of Patreon. I will be back again real soon. Thank you so much. Have a great night.